Thank you. Honorable Chair, dear colleagues, today we discussed a very important topic for us, and I would like to congratulate the rapporteur for creating a space to touch upon such core principles as democracy, rule of law, such principles we all believe in. This initiative that was introduced back in 2010 is there to promote values and, of course, establish structure, so to say, institutional mechanism on cooperation with parliaments of the countries that perform rapprochement with the Assembly on the basis of shared values. The partnership itself is a good dynamic tool aimed at promoting parliamentary democracy, but I would like to take a minute and look at ourselves. To ourselves as an organization that stands united for democracy, and ask ourselves how sincere we are. How sincere we are with ourselves, us who praise that we believe in human rights, right of the freedom of speech, how democratic are the member states, how often we started to see that member states do not comply to the rule of law, do not implement ECHR judgments and interim measures, ICJ orders. I think quite often. They do not comply and are not adequately brought to account. Does this mean that we face the backsliding of democracy? Does this necessarily mean we have to deal with double standards? How all above mentioned harms the organization and its initiatives when member states break membership commitment and statutory obligations? Now going back to the structured cooperation. We see that in case of different states, we can speak about varied outcomes and varying degrees of commitment. The 2019 report further suggested that the Assembly would need to rethink the partner for democracy status in such a way that we need to take into account that it brings together the countries with different backgrounds, with different stages of reforms, with different political backgrounds, and those parliamentarian delegations are involved in changing these tools. The report concluded that, for example, Jordan had made advances in some areas, whereas it had stagnated in others. We learned also that, for example, Jordanian delegation was quite active in the beginning, then it dropped significantly in 2020-21. We also see the same kind of differences in the activity of Kyrgyz members that were present in the limited numbers, and then after the constitution of the new parliament back in 2021, they were quite active. This means that we need a different approach for different countries. We should, I believe, have this kind of a differentiated approach based on the results each country showed. More for more approach, encouraging those states that want to deepen cooperation for the sake of democracy that eventually will create a space that is secure, environment where the different reforms can be done. Thank you.